what makes a good picture, and who can agree on what is a good picture. I think it's not as complicated as it may sound. I think if we put 10 pictures on the table, and we had 3 people sitting around the table, and we asked them to make 2 or 3 of the best pictures, 2 or 3 of the mediocre ones, and 2 or 3 of the worst ones, there would largely be agreement, okay? And I think you know a good picture when you see it. But I'm always looking for that other picture that is going to be unique or unusual or difficult to find. I'd collected fine art photography for some years before I was one day at this flea market and stumbled across a woman selling photos torn out of family albums. And I liked the way they looked. Some of them were completely intriguing to me. So I bought 5, and you can see what happened after that. Currently, I think I have between roughly 60 to 70,000 pictures, spanning 1890 to 1990. Photos of the 3 Graces are photos of 3 women or girls who especially are standing for this shot. I often think that there were 4 women and the 4th one took the picture, but she couldn't be in the frame. There were so many pictures of 3 women. It was one of the first things that my eye was drawn to as I started to collect. And the collection grew and grew until about a dozen years ago, where I started to investigate giving portions of it to various museums. I was working with Jennifer, and she called me up one day very excited and said, "Peter, what if we took a lot of pictures and put them up on the wall and let the university community, the students, faculty, staff, visitors, or whoever, come and vote on which pictures ought to go in the permanent collection?"
And I barely got through a description of what I wanted to do, and he said yes. He was so enthusiastic.
I thought it was a fabulous idea.
So it was the serendipitous moment of both of us coming together, wanting and kind of itching for this public engagement with his collection. So it really was a kind of dream coming together.
So Jennifer came here, and they chose 1,000 pictures to send out to Ann Arbor. The installation of the show in September of 2019 had the 1,000 pictures on the wall with a number on each picture, and everybody who walked in got a ballot and could vote for 20 pictures.
You then deposit your ballot in a ballot box, and you get a sticker that says, "I voted at UMMA."
The 250 pictures receiving the most votes have been voted into the collection, and the other pictures are going to be returned to me. But I thought it was a fabulous, inventive, creative process to get the university community involved in the final selection of what should be in the museum.
The most popular image was 999. It is an interracial couple standing on the beach in August of 1958. It was, of course, illegal and socially frowned upon for Black and white individuals to be in relationships. So I think this image is quite powerful.
The enthusiasm of this one student for this picture was just infectious. And he said, "That's my life story." He said, "Those aren't my parents, but they could be my parents." People relate to these pictures almost instantly.
The idea of opening up the acquisitions process really interested me and my colleagues at the museum because of the type of images themselves. They are ubiquitous. Everyone has made a snapshot photograph in their lifetime. And so there's a sense that people are really connected to this material in a way that isn't always true with other works of art in the museum. The response to the exhibition has been overwhelmingly positive. We had over 100,000 votes cast. I mean, that is a really amazing accomplishment on behalf of the public.
I would be hard-pressed to name another show that had more viewer involvement than the show at the University of Michigan. I love the idea that when you're looking at pictures, particularly vernacular pictures, which are pictures of the everyday, taken by amateurs, that something always happened in the moments just before the picture was taken, and something happened after the shutter went off. What was that happened? You just have this little snapshot in time where you really can't know the story.
I want to leave people with this sense that all of the images that you make are important and that you're signaling to the world what you think is important based on what you photograph. And we have 100 years of that history visible here.
Clearly, the most famous photographer in the world is anonymous or unknown. I think amateurs have contributed just dramatically to the photographic canon that's developed over the last 150 years. And I think the pictures at the University of Michigan are good examples of that.